Hey guys, Urban Reddit here, and this is r/MaliciousCompliance, where if you interrupt my 30-minute break, and then I'm going to restart it again, and I'm going to continue to do so until I finish it. Anyway, I have 3 stories for you, so let's get right into it, shall we? The first one is called Interrupt My Lunch, okay, fine. First person not entirely sure of what is supposed to include. Sorry, happened about 10 years ago or so. I was a custodian at an elementary school during the day, 6:30 to 3 p.m. I was supposed to get 2 15-minute breaks and an uninterrupted, by contract, 30-minute lunch, which had to happen at a certain time or I wouldn't be able to do assigned work during school lunchtime, which couldn't be skipped. So, slowly over a few months, the office people started calling me to do stupid things or things that could have waited during my lunch. Not emergencies that I understand. I get to the point where they had me miss my lunch and just expected me not to take it. I was missing 3 to 4 lunches a week. I talked to our department head and this is what he told me. You are legally allowed a 30-minute break, so if it is interrupted, you sit down and start it over. Sounds good. So, if I sit down and start a timer, and then 25 minutes in they make me go and do something, I sit back down and start the timer over for 30 minutes until I get it complete. I confirmed this and copied it to my principal. The very next day, I was 10 minutes into my lunch when they wanted me to run paper out to an outbuilding. I asked if it could wait. Nope. So I do it and sit back down in my office and restart my lunch. They call me again after 5 minutes. Oh jeez, this place, man, doesn't sound all that good. So at this point, school lunch starts in 5 minutes, and I've already sat down, much less ate my lunch. I sit down and took the whole 30 minutes, so I'm an hour late starting in the lunchroom. The principal is mad because he had to cover me in the lunchroom. He missed his part of his lunch. This happened for 3 days until the principal called me into his office and tried to wrap me up for insubordination. I called my union rep and my supervisor. They were right next door, and they were there in less than 5 minutes. They educated him in the contract and law regarding breaks, and he still tried to write me up. We ended up having to call the principal's boss, and she told him off right in front of us all. He also got in trouble because he was having me supervise children during lunchtime instead of hiring an extra para or 2. I'm not trained nor comfortable doing that. They ended up moving the principal, and for some reason I never got any non-emergency calls during my lunch again. Well, sounds good. If you interrupt my lunch, fine. I'm just going to start it all over again, and if you miss your lunch, that's down on you, not on me. Anyway, let's get to the next one. This one's called Work for Free, You Bet. I have been unemployed for the past month and had a week of interviews set up. Each one came with perks if you could jump through the hoops. I was invited in for a trial shift at a catering place. It was nice enough, but the manager let me know, we don't pay for your first shifts. It's technically training shifts and we want to see if you work to our standards. Then we can talk about if you're a good fit. I said okay, instead of getting upset. It really ticked me off later because they have a large clientele with expensive menu items and they can't pay for a 4 to 6 hour training shift. Plus the guy was so smug. He looked at my resume, butchered my name and talked down to me and slowly. English is my first language. Then he spent half the interview talking about how his taste is so great and how he is personally responsible for the company's success. Yeah, I bet he's not. Pride is a hell of a drug. I did a quick Google search and found that time spent by an employee performing labor service for an employer is time worked and time for which wages are payable. Cut to my first training shift. I come in bright-eyed and hungry. I've been cutting back since I haven't had a job, and the smell of baked goods was amazing. Oh, I bet it were. Fresh out the oven bread. Oh, I love the smell of fresh baked bread. Oh. Fresh out the oven bread will be the death of me. I was paired up with a supervisor and he began to show me around. What they baked, the savoury side of the kitchen, expensive cheeses, the freshest salmon fillets, all that fancy crap. I was in heaven at this point. I bet you were. I think I'll be as well. Here's here's where I get a little malicious in my compliance. Me, ever hungry me. GS is junior supervisor. PH is person that interviewed me and told me I'd basically be working for free. Do we ever get to sample the food we make here? Yes. We want everyone to be familiar with the menu. Can I try this? Sure. Picks up a plate of fresh salmon with a slice of bread with cheese and strawberries. Strawberries with salmon? Okay. Does everyone usually do unpaid training? No, I guess that's a new policy. I'd ask PH if I were you. That seems weird. Continues to show me around the kitchen and starts to prep for production. Looking around for more food. Explaining. CJ's asking me to jump in. Ugh, I can't do that. I'm not paid to do that. Smirks and takes me around to the pastries. PH sees me munching on a plate of food, comes over. I think it's time to start the prep work. Oof, can't do that. Smirks and walks off. Excuse me, why is that? Well, you aren't paying me, right? We're training shifts, we don't have to pay you. Then I don't have to do work. Doing anything for you means you have to pay me, so I just won't still eating. And then it meant Paul, I just won't stop eating. No, it doesn't. Why would you come in if you weren't going to work? For the food, it's rated so high with so many fresh liquid ingredients. Starts to laugh at PH. You have to pay someone. Getting PH getting red in the face. Picks up a sandwich and leaves. Oh, that's classic. I probably would have done the same actually. But that reminds me of another story. There's this little fairground here in England, and I forgot the name of it now. Anyway, I applied for a job there, got an interview, and they wanted me to do like 8-hour shift painting a new building. Do you imagine 8 hours staring up at the ceiling painting a huge ass building? Didn't get much paid out of it, but in the end I did manage to get something. Not much, but it was something at least. Anyway, let's move on to the next story, shall we? This one's called My Favourite Isn't Good, It Isn't Enough. Okay, enjoy paying more. So I work for a retail store that sells rents and finances entertainment products. We were one of the only of our kind in this country, and our rental rates are second to none. People are always thrilled at how cheap our rentals are. We had a customer call us yesterday asking about renting 5 things that they want to pick up on Friday. We have a rule here that if you put in aside stuff for a rental, we charge you a hold fee. You can waive that hold fee by leaving it up to fate and hoping that the stuff is here when you come to pick it up. 9 times out of 10 we convince customers not to hold stuff, as we usually will have a solution for them. Here's how this went down. C is customer, S is staff. Customer: Hi, I'm putting on a play for my school and I need 5 of this thing. Staff: Sure, no problem. When were you planning on coming in? Customer: Well, we need them for Friday and I can return them the following Friday. Staff: Sounds good. The price will be $120 before tax. Customer: We're a school. Can't you give us a discount? Staff: Well, to be honest, I was already doing you a solid and was going to waive the hold fee that we would normally charge to reserve gear. That would have been another $40.68. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, can we pick them up on Thursday and you not charge us until Friday? Unfortunately, there is no way of me doing this in my computer system. I can only send out rentals on the day we picked up. Really? You can't just process the rental on Friday but let us take the stuff on Thursday? We won't even be using it on Thursday, so we really shouldn't have to pay for it. Sorry, there's nothing I can do on that end. The extra day's rental is only something like $10 extra. What about your manager? Can you ask your manager to give me a discount, not charge us until Friday? I can ask him, but he's already not going to be happy that I've waived the hold fee for you. I was planning on not even telling them, but if you like, I can ask. Q. MaliciousComplience. Yes, please. So, Stafford goes and asks the manager. He agrees that they can pick up the gear on Thursday. and we start charging them Friday on the condition that they pay the hold fee. So guess what? Discount customer, we will hold. So guess what? Discount customer, we will honour your request. You can pick them up Thursday, and we won't charge you for the rental until Friday. You are however, on the hook for the hold fee. So instead of paying $130 plus tax to rent from Thursday to next Friday, now you are paying $160.68 plus tax to rent from Friday to next Friday. Break a leg. Well, if you think you can get it even cheaper by asking a manager, then don't. Because 9 times out of 10 it's not going to work and you're going to end up paying more. Well, alright guys, that's all the time I've got for now. If you enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like. Don't forget to comment, and if you'd like to see more videos in the future, then don't forget to subscribe. Well, don't also forget to click on that bell notification, that way you'll be notified next time I go live. But until then, I shall see you all in the next video. Bye bye!